Hey guys, it's Piper. I'm sorry, I know I've got the HD camera, but it is dead at the moment, so have to use the shitty webcam. So if you hear noises, my dog is right here chewing on a toy, and my mom and little brother are getting ready for bed. So if you hear me like yell goodnight or whatever, just know that's why. But anyway, so I just got back from the movies with my friend Jennifer, and it was amazing. I had so much fun. Um, she really made the day better from where it started. So, let me just tell you, let me just paint the scene here, okay? I had not originally planned, not that Jennifer is like lesser or anything, but I made plans with her last minute because I had originally had plans to go to see the movie with my friend Cami. And they're both my best friends. I love them. They offer so much support in my transition, and they're really really like my go-to girlfriends. They're like the ones who are there for me and help me and whatever. So I had planned to go see a movie with Cami. And we made the plans. It was all good. She hadn't asked her grandmother. She lives with her grandmother, and she hadn't asked her grandmother yet. But then again, she never does. Um, so I was just kind of waiting for her to say for sure, like, okay, I can go. So we made the plans to see the movie like a week ago, and it was for today. So today rolls around, and she had gone with Jennifer to a salon, and she didn't know if she was going to get out of the salon in time to go see the movie and all this different stuff. Well, she gets home. They eventually leave the salon. Jennifer's hair got all fixed, and Cammy goes home and asks her grandmother if she can go see the movie. And her grandmother asked her, who I was or whatever. And she explained and all this different stuff. And her Mimi, or well, she calls her Mimi. That's what she calls her grandmother. So her Mimi was asking who I am, and Cammy was like, "Oh, it's the girl that I talk to on the phone all the time, Piper." And her Mimi knew that I was transgender. Usually doesn't have any problem with me and Cammy talking on the phone. And so Cammy's asking her if she can go see a movie with me. And so the next thing I know, I'm getting a text from Cammy that says, she's not letting me go with you because you're biologically male. Yeah, not letting me go to the movies with her granddaughter because I am transgender was the case. So, kind of left me speechless. It was more something that I internalized than I could really express through words. So I'm going to try to get it out the best that I can. Um, when I realized that I was transgender and I started researching what the transition was and what certain kids and teenagers and even adults went through for being transgender. And I'd always heard about people not being able to do things with certain friends anymore because their parents or guardians are not okay with them being transgender, and or their friends' parents and guardians are not okay with the people being transgender. So I'd always heard about that. I feel like I'm somewhat unprepared because I came into my transition really not thinking that any of that stuff would happen to me. But sure enough, I'm running into all the problems that I had seen other people go through. I don't think I can get a job right now because none of my legal information is changed to my new name and my new preferred gender. None of it is female. Um, so I don't want to get a job because I live in a very redneck state. I'm not going to get a job where I have to feel degraded because what if they don't, you know, change, what if they don't give me a name tag or something that says Piper instead of my birth name? And what if they're referring to me as he all the time? I'm not going to work in a place that's degrading like that. And it's most likely that where I live right now, I would get a job that would make me live as male at work. And I don't want to do that. So I've run into that problem where I don't think I can find work. Um, and it turns out I'm running into the problem of friends' guardians not letting them hang out with me because I was born male. Now, on my 16th birthday, I really wanted to have, it was my first girl birthday, meaning that, it was my first, the first birthday that I had realizing that I was a girl. And I really wanted to have a sleepover. And this was back in February of 2012, which is, this year. And I really wanted to have a sleepover with all my girlfriends. And none of their parents and guardians were okay with it. That I can somewhat understand. I can somewhat understand a parent not letting their daughter sleep over with me right now. However, not letting them go to hang out at the mall with me is another thing altogether. It's discrimination. Her grandmother's words were, "You cannot go because he is biologically male, because he's a boy," and she also thought that me and my mom would be freaks. So it was kind of a shitty start to the day. Um, I guess I should get prepared because, there's a lot more in store for me. I guess I'm aware of that now. I've run into relationship problems, run into sleepover problems, but I've never run into a problem um, where somebody couldn't hang out with me because of that reason, because I'm transgender. And I don't know how many of you know this, I thought I was gay. And I come out as gay and lived as a gay male for about 2 years before I realized I was transgender a year ago. And people could still hang out with me at that point in my life. I know. But, what are your thoughts on this? I want to know all your guys' thoughts on discrimination of transgender people, LGBT in general, or minorities in general, but especially transgender, because transgender people do face discrimination that gay people don't always face. It's somewhat different. So, anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts. Give me feedback. Um, just so you know, the day ended great. I made plans with Jennifer and went to see the movie with her. It was amazing, but it doesn't make Cammie's grandmother's words go away. But, so give me your feedback. Don't forget to go check out my YouTube channel and subscribe. And I love you guys. And I will talk to you all later.